Hernandez, and this is One Creative Mind. For people passionate about mental health awareness, creativity, and learning about self-care, the upcoming Mental Health and Arts Celebration Wisdom Mania Fest is designed to give participants the tools they need to, as the organizers say, help turn pain into power. It's being held May 15th and 16th in Los Angeles, but it's a virtual event and tickets can be purchased online. Here's how to tell us all about it and share some of their work is queer artist Jay Long. She's a singer-songwriter, music teacher, multi-instrumentalist, producer, mental health advocate, and community builder. And he's one of the featured performers at Wisdom Mania Fest. Jay, it is great to have you with us.
Laurie, thank you for the introduction. Thank you for being here. That was awesome. Couldn't have said it better myself.
Woo-hoo! I'm so excited. I'm sure the viewers are going to be so excited for this too. So, hey, viewers, feel free to post questions or comments in the chat section at any time. And if you know anyone who can benefit from the information in today's webcast, please share this video with them. So, Jay, you are joining fellow musicians, dancers, comedians, yoga teachers, and so many other artists to host the Wisdom Mania Festival. It's being billed as a virtual immersive event. Tell us about it. What can viewers expect to see and experience?
So Wisdom Mania Fest is 2 days of jam-packed different mental health sessions, care sessions. We have meditation, sound bath, journaling. There are creative workshops around songwriting, filmmaking, how to tell your own mental health story. There's live music, live comedy, and a film screening. So it is literally packed to the brim. I don't think we could fit any more creative juice inside of this, inside of this weekend. So I represent the live music aspect of this event, which I believe is happening majorly on May 16th. And it's very exciting because with Wisdom Mania Fest, we're actually featuring, I think, all queer artists, which, any marginalized person, we sometimes have a hard time finding platforms. So Wisdom Mania Fest is like, not us, bring all the queer artists in. So I'm super happy to be a part of that.
I love that. That sounds so exciting and quite on brand, so I may have to tune in. Your own personal passion is making music, and you also teach it. So what led you to choose this career path, and what does music do for you?
Laurie, I'm really blessed, and I tell people this like very genuinely. I feel like it chose me from a very early age in life. I was like, music is dope. I like music. I'm going to do it. And then like through just dealing with life and going through my own mental health struggles, I found that working through music, creating music allows me to like take some of my inside self, put it outside and look at it. Like writing a song about mental health and going through a moment and telling a story, then hearing it back, it's like, oh, here are all my feelings. So it has provided the utmost ability to look at my own, mental status, my mental health, and kind of work through it. And, I was a little boy and I was so excited by the violin. I told my parents, I was like, I want to play the violin. They're like, great, he'll play for a week and quit. And now I literally teach kids violin. And it's just been a journey that has been gifted to me in such a wonderful way,
Oh, I love that so much. Hey, have you ever had the moment where you write a song about mental health and then this happens to me all the time. You listen to it the next day and you're like, oh God, is that what's happening?
all the time. And I have to tell you, I love this moment because sometimes I'll write songs and listen to them years later and I'll be able to go back and be like, I've come so far. Or vice versa and be like, oh, I'm dealing with the exact same thing. Got it.
Yeah. There was one song I was listening back to a couple of days ago and I was like, oh, she had feelings. Yeah. She had feelings.
But I love so much that like once you get it out of you, because so much of mental health pain comes from ruminating, comes from thinking over and over and over in these like cyclical feelings. And sometimes once you have it out of you and you can look at it outside of you, it takes a completely different, almost sometimes like childish, and I can infantilize it and be like, I was just depressed, LOL, instead of being like, I am so depressed. Oh no, So yeah, powerful thing, music.
It goes from I am depressed to I am depressed in G major. It's wonderful.
Yeah, literally that.
So when it comes to mental health, storytelling can help lead to greater understanding and acceptance, which I think is a beautiful thing. A big part about your musical journey has been your own lived experience with mental health struggles. So can you share a little bit about your story for those listening?
Deeply. I am quite literally the son of a preacher man. And listen, my dad loves me to pieces, like celebrates his queer artist son who like wears makeup and dresses in Los Angeles and performs on stages to the deepest degree. But even growing up in these environments, you still feel like other, you know, you just feel like you hear the tropes that people say, not knowing that you are a person of queerness and saying that you maybe don't belong or you shouldn't be in these places. And you start to feel desperately unprotected, or not included and pushed away. And I dealt with this very silently for a long time and was just pretending that it didn't exist in my life. And it led me to like a deep mental decline. You know, I attempted to take my own life at one point, and it was a very sad moment. But I talk about it as just a fact, because it's just a fact of my history as a human. And I'm glad that I came through it in this way, because now I understand how people would miss me. Now I understand the power that one individual person has on a family, on a community, on a group of friends. And through doing this, it allowed me to kind of realize, oh, there are things I haven't dealt with yet in my own mind. And, you know, unfortunately, people always say, like, you got to hit rock bottom before you go up. And it's like, okay, well, she has that experience.
Do I have to though? Like, who's?
Yeah, it's like, can someone else tell about it? Maybe I can experience it from another angle. But I did, you know, and in having that little rock bottom moment, I whipped it back together. I was like, okay, clearly this is not the answer. Clearly I'm supposed to still be here. I believe in a higher power. I believe in things outside of myself. And all of this kind of kept coming back to me, like, don't be quiet. Don't be quiet. You spent so much time being quiet, and this is what caused you pain. And made this very strange connection with, I was like, duh, my dad's a pastor. I've watched him my entire life standing in front of congregations and preaching to everyone. And I was like, I want to do that, but my way. And my colorful, strange way of doing that is with instruments, is with my voice, is with, you know, singing and telling these stories. And now I weave this journey of myself into my shows, into my music. And I talk unabashedly about going from a place of hating who I was into a place of discovering how to love myself more. And I think that's something that literally everyone is still learning how to do or trying to do.
Yeah, I love that so much. Thank you so much for sharing, because I know there's a lot of people out there who have been through things like that or similar. I never told anyone this before, so let's go ahead and do it on a podcast where thousands of people are listening. I remember equating the feeling growing up in a Christian Catholic household to trying to run with my friends, but my shoes were on the wrong foot.
Oh yeah. Oh, I love that.
It just...
I hate that for you, but I like that.
But also, you know, and it's like you're trying to run as fast as everybody else, but there's something that's just a little off. And it, you know, and it's when you know it's there, and then you know what you're being taught growing up. It's like, okay, I'll just leave them on the wrong feet. That's fine.
You know, and I want to touch on, like, segue into something, because you just reminded me something about it. You were saying with my friends, but my shoes on the opposite feet. And I've got to tell you, I'm very blessed, because ever since I've like wanted to explore my identity more and the things that I used to dislike about myself, and now I'm learning that I need to nurture them and celebrate them, I have found a community of people who are literally like so very different from me, but the same. and
Love that.
And through this, we actually, like, how I'm associated with Wisdomania Fest is through this group. We created our own group called Queer Moment, because we want to have queer moments wherever we go, and we put on shows and make platforms for queer artists and queer people to try and succeed more and support. And so we're with Queer Moment, and my group of friends who have like supported me through every pendulum swing that I have been on. We're bringing the musical aspects, and we're bringing some DJs and musicians. So it's like, when you dive in and you start to nurture the parts of yourself that hurt, you start to see it in other people, and you clump together, and you're like, oh, I'm not alone. I'm not alone. It's this beautiful self-discovery. So, you know, look at all of it. All of it.
There's I feel like everyone's heard of this book, but in the Body Keeps Score, they talk about how community is such an important moment for climbing out of the hole that is depression and trauma. And how
Yeah.
like a huge way of moving through that, because there's no way around it, is community and connecting with others. So that is huge. I'm so glad that you had mentioned that. And I know you just described it, but you know, even in more words, the more we have open conversations surrounding mental health, the more we also help to end the stigma. So what are the goals of Wisdomania Fest in this regard?
You know, I think Wisdomania Fest is actually, it's a perfect segue because it is very much about connecting with community. And I was just on the phone with one of the organizers, ex-Ari, and me and them were talking about like what we want. And of course, anybody, if you've ever done a thing, we're obsessed with numbers in the world, where I was like, I hope people come. I hope a lot of people come. But then she was saying to me, but you know what? If there are 5 people that show up to this thing, 5 people, and that's it, then they've come. And I know that those people want to be here because they care about their mental health and they see something that is trying to help cultivate that. And I think the biggest center around this is creating a community outreach to show people there are many ways you can think about your mental health. You don't have to sit at home alone and say, now is the day where I work on my sad things. It's like, no, you can sing, you can write, you can dance, you can stretch, there are so many different forms of ways to provide to your mental health. And Wisdomania Fest is really trying to cultivate all the different artistic ways and physical ways and emotional ways of approaching those things, whether it be light, whether it be heavy, whatever touches you, whatever reaches out to you, like notice it, latch onto it, and join us, because
Love that.
we're trying to help each other, and that's it.
I love that. And it sounds like Wisdomania event is essentially all about empathy, and that fittingly is the name of the song that you are going to perform for us today. So how did you come to write Empathy?
Empathy came out of, well, I love the word, and I think that, you know, it's kind of gotten this like very silly vibe from social media lately. You know, it's like people love to post like, me, an empathetic person, sensing that we are on a podcast. You know, like, it becomes this really like ridiculous thing. But before it's been attached to that, I don't think a lot of people in the universe really know or knew what empathy was. I'm talking like eight years ago or so. And I actually wrote this song quite a long time ago. It was one of the first songs that I really fully wrote. And I just got to a point where I was screaming and wishing that anyone else could feel how I felt, and then turn to me and say, I get it. And I would trust them, and I would trust that they would get it. Because I think that's a very human thing, right? Like, we all want everyone to know how we feel so they can approach us with tenderness, with kindness, with excitement, however we are. And so this song,
Always said that I wish someone would hold my problems with the same care that I did.
bless, like yes, it is so much, very much that. And I used to say a lot at my shows, like, you human people, us human species, we have a superpower, and your superpower is the ability to understand and take in other people's emotions and pass them out and like go through feelings together. Like, nothing is more powerful than like being in a room and looking around and everyone is like crying out of sheer, I don't know, enjoyment, or like being moved so deep to tears. That is like the most exciting human feeling to me. And that to me is what empathy is. It's like a human superpower. So I kind of wrote the song about how I needed it. And I have to tell you this before I sing it or anything. I tend to write songs for myself, but not like for only me to enjoy, from like my voice to my voice, things that I wish someone would say to me, or things that I wish I could ask for better. And so this kind of lives a little bit in that voice. Yeah.
Would you like to play Empathy for us now?
I happen to have this guitar right here. I would love to. Thank you. So this is Empathy. Wanna free my soul, wanna bless my mind. Need to gain control of my whole damn life. Ran my train off the tracks too many times. Getting tired of this bumpy ride. Could you hold my hand? Take this ride with me. I could use your time, a little empathy. Now I've been feeling strange. I know that you can see the person I am now, who I used to be. Hey, I'm not a child, but I choose to act childishly. Treating every moment like it's new to me. Something special about closing your eyes to see. Yeah, need new perspective cause I'm tired of what's in front of me. Now could you hold my hand? Take this ride with me. I could use your time, a little empathy. Now I've been feeling strange. I know that you can see the person I am now, who I used to be. Hey! Yeah! I'm a stranger, I'm an intruder. I'm a lost man, nothing but a suitor. I would trade it all for some love. Now could you hold my hand? Take this ride with me. I could use your time, little empathy.
Wow. Okay, Misty, go on. Okay.
I have to say, it's funny because every time I go to play a song, I don't know what my emotions are going to be. I might be like, oh, I'm tired of this song. Or I'm going to be like, oh my God, this song has moved my soul. Like, I never know. And for some reason that time around, I really felt like I don't know. I felt like I was just revived of the feelings of some of the lyrics. So thank you for being here with me. Cause I can look up and be like, oh, and have support.
Yeah, of course. Have you seen the movie Soul? Super random.
Yes. But, oh yes.
You know how they talk about flow state? It seemed like that really did it for you. It seemed like you slipped on a banana peel and your mind was somewhere else in the best way possible. Yeah.
And I got to tell you, I always get nervous. I still get nervous, but I'm then I kind of open my eyes. I'm like, oh, I'm sitting in my room and the sun is coming through. I don't know if you see it, but it's slowly coming this way. I live next, sandwiched in between houses. So I get about 30 minutes of sunlight in my room and it's coming right now. So I was like, oh, this is cute.
I love that. Wow. Just incredible. I feel like a proud mom.
Listen, thanks, Mom. I expect crackers in my lunch. I want grape juice.
There's fruit cut up in the fridge already. I'm a Hispanic parent. Okay, so there's mangoes and fruit cut up in the fridge.
Actually, that sounds
so wonderful. Thank you for sharing that with us. I know over the past few years, collectively and individually, we've all had a lot to deal with, especially with mental and emotional challenges, and music like yours has been a balm through it all. So to wrap it up, what gives you hope?
Actually, quite a lot. I'm how much time do you have? What gives me hope, honestly, is the younger generation. What gives me hope is artists. What gives me hope is groups like this. What gives me hope is running into other people who continue to try, even though I know that they're dealing with mental health issues, and having more and more deeper conversations about mental health with my friends. And as I get older, as we all get older, learning how to say, Bessie, I'm depressed. You're not going to see me for a week, but on Friday night, call me because I will maybe be alive then. Let me know. This is what I've learned to ask for. So what gives me hope is just witnessing growth in my community.
I love that. I love that so much. Wow. So there's one line in your song that keeps bouncing like a ping pong ball in my head. I don't know if you've heard of the music artist Isaac Dunbar.
Sounds familiar, but I couldn't place the sound.
Okay, so he has a song called Bleach Out, and towards the end of your song, you say, I would trade it all for some love. And it totally reminded me of the end of that song, Bleach. He says, I would burn down a bridge just for an ounce of your love. And I thought about that because every time I hear anything having to do with that,
Yeah.
it's like a baseball bat to the head, essentially.
This is so dope that you say this, because at the end of the day, as much as I dive into art and doing things with others, the one thing it always comes back to is it's about love. And I don't think I received that message. I'm 30 years old right now. I don't think I received that message till about 29 and a half, when I was like, oh, wait. That's not like some metaphor. That's not something. It's literally just that. It's about love. It's about loving yourself. It's about loving your friends. It's about loving the things you hate about yourself. It's about loving your enemies. It's about love, like mental health, for all of it. It is just about love. The world, the life is about love. So
absolutely.
Hey, and
Wow.
something I forgot. I'm sorry. Before we move on, I just realized I've got some notes to my side. If people are really interested, I hope people are interested in coming to Wisdom Mania Fest, May 15th and 16th. If you use the promo code OneMind, ONEMIND, I almost said zero, ONEMIND, or Queer Moment, you get 25% off your tickets. So I just wanted to throw that out there before I forget, or before we go on a tangent or wrap.
Yes, I wanted to be in the back and be like, you're doing great, sweetie.
Thank you, Mom.
Wow, Jay, thank you so much for your amazing song and for all the attention that you are bringing to mental health and well-being. Best of luck for a very wonderful and empowering Wisdom Mania Fest. And thank you so very much for joining us today.
Laurie, thank you for being a gracious host and having so much fun with me and protecting my little heart while I come out here and spill my guts. And thank you, OneMind, for having me. This is awesome.
Sure. Thank you. And viewers, thank you too. For more information about Wisdom Mania Fest and to purchase tickets, visit www.wisdommaniafest.com. Now, for a quick look at one of the many mental health apps on the market, I spoke earlier with our team at OneMind Cyber Guide. Joining me now is Dr. Stephen Schuler, the Executive Director of OneMind Cyber Guide. Stephen, thank you so much for being here today to talk about one of the most popular apps on the market, the Calm app. What is mindfulness meditation?
Mindfulness meditation is really a practice of having focused attention, and you can do it in a lot of different ways. I think a lot of people think about mindfulness meditation as like deep breathing or yoga, but you can really have focused attention in all different aspects of your life.
Who might it be helpful for and how?
Mindfulness meditation can be helpful for all varieties of people. It really is an opportunity to slow down and really take the time for yourself in the busyness of the day. So I think it can be really helpful for people who feel stressed, busy, or really having challenges, really getting in the zone in different aspects of their life.
Tell us a little bit about the app itself. It features a large library of meditation content. What else?
Yeah, Calm is packed full of different content. They have over 100 guided meditations. They have different educational content. They have a wisdom section where you can learn new things. They have music or soundscapes, different aspects for different aspects, parts of your life. There's a move section to get you involved in physical activity. There's a for work section for content related to your workplace. So it really is a library of all kinds of different information that is under the umbrella of mindfulness meditation.
Sounds like a jack of all trades for the brain.
That is indeed.
Many people turn to apps for help with sleep. Can this app help with sleep?
Yeah, so there's research evidence that supports that individuals who use Calm have actually had improved sleep, especially in that like pre-sleep period, helping you kind of decompress and get ready for sleep. It can be really helpful for that. And some of the ways it does that is by having a library of nighttime meditations. These can be sleep stories or background music, or just different things that really help you get ready to sleep, which is really important in helping promote better and healthier sleep.
I will definitely be using that. A little birdie told me that there's even a special section for kids. Is that true?
That is true. And kids love it. They have different mindfulness meditations that are narrated by kid favorite characters. There are Transformers, there are My Little Ponies. My kids love My Little Ponies. I didn't even know these things were still around, but there are all these different characters. There's also classic fairy tales like Beauty and the Beast and Dr. Dolittle. So These are translated into stories, mindfulness meditations, lullabies that really help transition kids into sleep as well.
Love that. What about tracking? Is there a way for users to keep track of all their progress?
You can. There's many different features that help you see what streaks you're on. And we know that streaks are really valuable to keep people going, to see, how many days in a row you've done this mindfulness meditation. You can also see material or content that you favorited or downloaded to store on the app itself, so you can have it more easily accessible to you. And all of that is available to you in this history section of Calm.
How about the cost? Is it a subscription model?
So if you're interested in trying out Calm, they do have a 7-day free trial period. And then after that, it's either $14.99 a month or $69.99 for a full year. You can also purchase a lifetime access to the app for a one-time cost of $399.99. Now, I'll also say a lot of folks have Calm available to them through their employees or other different services that they get. So you also might want to check if Calm is available to you through different avenues.
That is very good to know. The Cyber Guide website is a great online resource to find out about all the many mental health apps on the market. How do you rate each app, and what is the criteria?
So we use 3 criteria to evaluate apps at One Mind Cyber Guide. We look at the credibility, the degree to which there's evidence that this app might help you, the user experience, and transparency around data security and privacy. And Calm scores a 4.67 out of 5 on our credibility scale, a 4.4 out of 5 on our user experience scale, and is acceptable in terms of data security and privacy. So this is a very high scoring app, but you can also go to onemindcyberguide.org for more information on it.
Incredible. Thank you, Stephen. Viewers, thank you too. For more details and information, visit onemindcyberguide.org. Bye, everyone. Have a great day.
I'm living my best life.